Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Flagar here with another fall-themed nonfiction book called A Day at the Pumpkin Patch. Autumn is nearly over. Nature's getting ready for winter, but there is still much to see at the farm. We love the sweet, crisp apples, colorful, decorative corn, plump autumn raspberries, and most of all, pumpkins. This is our guide. She will show us different kinds of pumpkins, explain how they grow, and tell us about the ways people use them. We climb aboard a wagon so the tractor can pull us out to the pumpkin patch. Small pie pumpkins are the first to ripen and be harvested. Though all pumpkins can be eaten, only some types actually taste good. Sweet pie pumpkins are the best choice for making delicious pumpkin treats. Because they're small, pie pumpkins are also the easiest to carry. We each get to pick one to take home. These tiny fruits are gourds. They are pumpkins' funny-looking cousins. Gourds and pumpkins are both members of the squash family. We have a contest to see who can find the strangest looking gourd. Next, we visit the patch that has the pumpkins we know best, the ones that will become jack-o'-lanterns. Much bigger than pie pumpkins, these pumpkins are too heavy for us to lift by ourselves. It's hard to believe they grew from tiny pumpkin seeds. We gather around to learn more about pumpkins. Fruit can grow in 4 different ways: on a tree, bush, cane, or vine. Pumpkins grow on vines. The large leaves stand on tall stalks and reach toward the sun. Once a pumpkin is ripe, the leaves turn brown and shrivel up. A stem, or peduncle, connects a pumpkin to the vine. Water and nutrients from the earth and sun travel along the vine and enter the pumpkin through the stem. This gives the pumpkin the energy it needs to grow. The thin, curly cues attached to the stem are called tendrils. They wrap themselves around rocks and other objects to keep the plant safely in one place. On the bottom of the pumpkin is a circle. It's called the blossom end. Before there was a pumpkin, there was a flower. When the flower was pollinated, the pumpkin began to grow. The flower dried up and fell off. The circle is what's left of the flower. The pumpkin's shiny orange skin is called the rind. It protects the pumpkin from disease and insects. Inside the rind is the orange pulp, the tasty part used in baking and cooking. The lines that run up and down the pumpkin are called ribs. Depending on the pumpkin, there can be many ribs or just a few. Since some pumpkins are heavy, farmers load them onto wagons and pull them out of the patch with tractors. Now that they've been harvested, it's easier to protect them if the weather gets too cold. They are put on display so that visitors to the farm can choose the one they'd like to take home. There are so many. Which one will make the best jack-o'-lantern? The biggest pumpkin of all is the Atlantic giant. Not only is it the largest pumpkin, it is the biggest fruit on Earth. Often weighing in at more than 800 pounds, these giants are grown for competition at pumpkin festivals and country fairs. Since giant pumpkins are about 90% water, they aren't good for eating, but they make great jack-o'-lanterns and boats. We've learned a lot about pumpkins. Now we get to have some other fall fun. There's a haunted forest and a play area made of hay. Our tour of the farm is over. We can't wait to get home and carve our pumpkins. Making your jack-o'-lantern. Once your pumpkin is clean and dry, the fun can begin. Draw a face on the side of the pumpkin that has the fewest bumps and bruises. Ask an adult to cut a circle around the stem. This will be your lid. Now it's time to pull out all the strands and seeds. They're cold and slimy. We save the seeds to make a special snack later. When only the shell is left, carve out the face you drew. Now it's a real jack-o'-lantern. And here they are, turning those pumpkin seeds into a tasty treat. I hope you guys enjoyed this little book field trip to a pumpkin patch. So what's everyone's favorite thing to do with a pumpkin? Is it to eat it? Is it to carve it out? Is it just going to the pumpkin farm and picking one? Mine is turning the pumpkin and digging out all the seeds and baking them and turning them into nice, salty, crispy pumpkin seeds as a nice little snack. Try and plan a family trip to a local farm that has pumpkins. Go around and search and find your perfect pumpkin that you want to take home with you.